in case y'all wondering. It says
Party on Wayne. Party on Darth. If you get the reference, call me.
Hi, everyone.
But if you try to FaceTime me on Messenger, blocked.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to the podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Monique, and this is Wally. On today's episode of Where Are the Adults? The topic that we'll be discussing is how do people ask people out on a date, and is that a thing that people actually do now, especially like first dates?
I'm very curious about this one.
So, Wally, how do you normally ask when you muster up the courage? How do you normally ask a girl out on a date?
I'm like, so we gonna do this thing? What's up? No, I don't. I don't know. I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. I really don't know. Do people still ask each other out on dates? How do you expect somebody to ask you out on a date?
I think it's just simple. Like once they know I like them or they like me, would you like to go out? I know I've been tricked on, like not tricked on dates. Like I was on dates that I didn't realize were dates.
Like I'm guessing, like, do you want to hang out is a bad thing, right? Is that a bad thing? Let's hang out.
Because then for me, that's not a date.
It's not a date.
Mm-mm.
That's what I mean. Like, do people be like, you want to go on a date sometime, or do you want to go to dinner?
I think
Like,
it's
do
like go
people,
out to
like-
dinner, or you want to,
How do people get on a first date?
I would say, like, once you and that person know that you're interested in one another.
When it's talking stage ends? When it's become appropriate to ask for the first date?
During talking phase.
During the talking phase.
Yeah, because how are we supposed to progress?
But like that's what I mean. Like, when do you progress from talking stage to dating?
After the first date, no. After we've went on a couple of dates.
But I mean, to get to the first one.
Yeah, talking starts with talking.
Starts with talking.
So like, hi.
When do you progress from talking to date?
After the first date. I know, because you're saying date is date,
Like,
but the first date is a trial.
That's the trial to get past
That's a
talking
trial
stage?
period. Yeah. So you know how you dip your feet in the water to see if it's okay?
So when does it become appropriate? During the talking stage to ask first date.
Once you realize that you both like one another.
That's it?
Yeah. Why are we waiting?
I don't know. It just seems like nerve-wracking.
No, but I think, like, say when you're in the talking phase, right? You and that person, you're just talking. Like, you could get into know one another, and says, "Oh, what do you like? I like this. I like blue.
All that
you
normal,
like
blah, blah, blah.
purple, whatever."
What about when you bump into somebody that's like straight to the point, like we talked about earlier?
What do you mean? Elaborate for those who might not have watched.
Like they'd let you know how they feel right out the gate.
And
Not even interested in a first date.
No, but then they're not interested in dating. That person wasn't interested in dating.
I'm not saying one specific person. This is, a regular thing that happens out there.
I feel like once, like, oh, I like, feel like, oh, I like you, right? Then it would be like, do you mind, I like you, you blah, 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 da, da, da. Then it would be like, do you mind us exchanging phone numbers, Would you would you rather I text, or you're a person that likes phone calls? Like, oh, let's start with texting. Like, kind of have that discussion.
That's an important question nowadays, huh?
Yeah, no, because if someone calls you, they may ignore you. Or like, say, like, me personally, I don't save numbers in my phone until I know you're staying. So, like, say, if I know you're going to call me, then I know to
go
look
through
out
my
for.
contact list. Boy, there's a lot of names on there that I don't talk to anymore.
Yeah, I don't. Unless you're staying, I don't. You have no name. So.
I'm saying though, like, if I don't save the number and they try to call me, it comes up like unknown caller, and the call is automatically silenced, so I don't even know they're calling. So it's like,
yeah, so
I have to save it.
Why, if you're not talking to them?
Well, they get zero chance to talk to me if they call if I don't save it.
So you're probably interested and you want to leave it open.
Yeah, if somebody
that's
gives me their
different.
number, I save it.
Yeah, it's different. But I don't save no numbers. Like,
That's what I
so
mean.
yeah, so it's like where, if you're gonna call me, I know you're gonna call. If you're gonna text me, I think the first text you should say, "Hey, it's so and so. Remember we met?" Blah blah blah. Because I could have a lot of Sams in my phone. You know what I mean? Like, so you have to tell me, "Oh, I'm Sam. We met at the Barnes and Nobles."
I
Whatever.
got multiple Moniques in my phone. This is my thing. Like, I save a lot of people's numbers.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, say if you're gonna text me, so wait, I know when I save if I do save your number, because I'm like, okay, this person I'm gonna be texting or calling for a while. I put like, say, Sam Barnes and Noble.
Right. Or Sam Winter Soldier. Or no, Falcon. Sam is Falcon. Bucky's Winter Soldier. Shame on me, I know.
Messing things up.
I messed it up.
But no, so when you're in the talking phase where you're kind of feeling one another out, then you ask on a date. And then when you go on a date, that's when the preliminary starts of, okay, is this are we going to lead to a second date? The first date is really just a trial. Because how I feel is that when you actually go out with a person, you kind of have an idea of how they behave. Like, do they treat other people like garbage?
That's important.
You know what I mean? So that's why you need that trial date.
That's important.
So to me,
see how they treat servers
or just people in general, like, someone, someone's coming behind them and they just close the door right in front of the person's face. That's rude. Like, so is this a person that feels like the world just revolves around them? They're not kind to their fellow humans.
Well, I'm going to get a lot of heat for this, but... Well, I won't get heat for this, but... I don't care how homeless a person looks, they don't get $1. So if you're with me and you think I'm a bad person because I'm just walking right by them, like blah, 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 I don't know you. They get nothing from me. Too many scam artists.
You're a New Yorker.
Yeah, too many scammers.
But to me, like, that first date, that first date is initiated during the talking phase to see if we want to move. Just like you date to see if you want to, if your intention is to get married, you date to see if you want to marry this person.
Right.
So I talk to you to see if I want to date you, but that first date is to see if we should move into the dating phase. And I feel like I feel it should be normal where if we're talking. I think the hardest part is to start the talking phase. Once you're in the talking phase, I feel then it's easier to ask someone on a date.
I could drag that talking phase. That's my problem.
And that's not good.
I know it's not
good. That's a big flag.
That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, no, like if you're talking, you should be able to talk to someone for like 2-3 days and know if you want to go on a date with them that weekend.
Oh, shit, I usually know the first time I ask them for their number.
Yeah, so then within talking to them, because you want that other person to feel comfortable.
Remember, I'm horrible at picking up signals.
So for me, people may disagree, but like, so after talking for like 2 days, if you had the intention from when, you picked up that signal that they liked you exchanged numbers, I feel after talking for 2 days, you should be making plans for that weekend.
It's almost like they got to send a message of, so when are you going to ask me out? And
in the talking phase?
Then I'll be like, oh, all right.
No, but
she wants to go out with me. Awesome.
No, Wally.
This is my problem.
No.
Big kid, man. Big kid. I don't understand this stuff.
So now because like I said, talking phase is the hardest to get into. Once you get that person's number, you're texting or talking back and forth for 2 days. By the second day, you're supposed to be asking her, are you free this weekend to go here?
Pressure.
Why is that pressure? She likes you, she's talking back to you, she's not answering your one-worded
I find
responses.
Skydiving easier than that sort of thing.
Really?
Yeah.
What is the roadblock?
It's not low confidence because I'm pretty confident. I don't know.
Because if the person's speaking with you, they want to go out with you.
I don't know. A lot of people speak with me.
No, but if y'all exchanging numbers, this is not.
As I said, I have a collection.
So you're not doing it right.
No kidding.
So now if the girl and you exchange phone numbers, you text for a day. By the second day you're texting, you should know if you want to get to know her more. Then you ask her, are you free this weekend? Let's go for, walk a walk in the city. There's a nice spot that I would like to take you.
I could do that.
And then after that date, then you know whether or not you want a second, you and her want a second one.
But here's the problem a lot of times too. They'll give me the number, they'll show interest, and then I text, and then it's like Dryville, like dry AF.
Then on your part or their
Dry.
part.
Their part.
So then you're not
It's
compatible.
like trying to force the conversation.
Then you're not compatible.
I'm just saying, it's not always me. Not always me. Sometimes it's like, and then they'll see me in person again, like our paths will cross, and then they'll act super interested again, and like, why didn't we do something?
They're being fake.
It's very frustrating
I could see where that
and
is frustrating.
confusing, and this is why I question things. And
So
then there's the ones that send paragraphs, and that confuses me sometimes too,
why would the paragraphs confuse you?
because we barely know each other, and I'm already getting paragraphs.
Because they want to get to know you, or they're asking questions, or trying to find your interest, your likes, your dislikes.
Well, she most of the time talk, details about themselves, and then at the end of it, it'll be a question, like, "What about you?"
Then is the question that most
I
people
mean,
don't
then
know.
there's interest there, but like,
No, but then is a real question that most people don't know how to have conversations.
right, and that's another thing that drives me crazy is the WYD. Oh my goodness. Oh my
What you
goodness.
doing? That's
Yeah.
not. That's like a
Oh
booty
my,
call.
that's the extent of the conversation.
That's a booty call question.
WYD. And then I'll answer with something extremely boring because I lead a very exciting life. Like at work, at the gym, home, watching TV,
Who are these people? Where you be meeting these people?
everywhere,
Where's everywhere?
out and about.
Where you be going? Oh, no. What if then other people are gonna show up where you're out and about?
The city. Lower East Side, Lower West Side,
Because
Midtown.
I'm wondering if these people just don't know how to have conversations.
Hell's Kitchen.
Because a conversation is a two-way thing. Like, so if I say, "Oh, I like purple," what is your favorite color? Like, "Oh, I like green." Okay, what about green that you like so much? You know what I mean? Like, there's ways to have conversations.
Money. Nah.
But you know what I mean? Like, one simple question could lead to a whole conversation. So it seems as if people are not knowing how to ask
Being a good
questions.
conversationalist.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So how I look at it, like, say if you felt like you still like this person, maybe they're better in person. Because like things don't translate well. Like, say someone could really be good talking on the phone or texting, but when you see them in person, they're quiet as a mouse, or they don't know how to interact, and it could be vice versa.
That happens.
Mm-hmm.
That does happen. That's why I like usually meeting somebody in person first.
Mm-hmm.
Not to sound typical, because there are people I met online that, that I liked and probably felt that way. Like, nah, I'd rather that I met you in person first.
Mm-hmm.
And automatically, turn me down. That's it. But I kind of agree to that on some level. So I get a feeling of what type of person they are in person rather than just online.
Yeah.
Yeah. Different topic, but yeah.
So it's where I feel like going back, I really feel like the asking a person on a first date is during that initial talking phase, because I feel like if the talking phase lasts too long, then you're not really interested in forming a relationship that will lead to something. Because I feel like
I feel like that's where I feel a lot. Dragging on that talking stage.
Because, like, say, like, when you do have someone that's responsive to you, I would say,
It's rare.
why? Because they don't get you? Because I don't expect you can't expect someone to get you the first time they meet you.
No, but you can tell the difference between somebody being a conversationalist and trying to feel things out and somebody that's just dry or, completely uninteresting. Like they're so I don't know, materialistic.
Mm-hmm.
Like they have no hobbies or anything. Like their whole life is just look at me, or
Yeah. Yeah. Because it's like I can't even tell you like where you would find a woman.
I don't want to hear nothing like library or bookstore either. That don't happen.
I mean, I don't know where you
That's
would find.
fiction. That's the movies. Don't listen to that garbage. I tried it.
'Cause
Bookstores? Nah. You meet a bunch of scruffy people there.
I don't know, but you have to get out of the talking phase once you do find that person.
Damn, that's where I struggle.
Wait, finding the person, or you said getting out of the talking phase?
If I find a person that's interesting, getting out of the talking stage.
Then call me.
Because
I'll
one thing I
help
like
you.
is like nerdy girls, and they don't really, a lot of nerdy girls don't really, give me that blatantly obvious sign. Because they're just as awkward as me.
So but then you can still ask them out on a date if you got to the talking phase.
I try
You do, and it fails
sometimes,
because you just want to be friends.
maybe. Or maybe they just nervous, or, look at me like I'm a player or something. Eventually.
Oh, because you don't fit the picture of a nerdy guy.
Not just that, like, my social medias are very misleading. Very misleading. Like, just comments or whatever, the list of friends or followers, very misleading.
But that's you, though.
It's not me. It's a fake image. Social media.
No, but you say your comments and stuff.
No, people that comment to me.
Okay. Kind of like your comments should be like some part of you.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm talking about people that comment on my stuff.
Oh, okay. But they're not your friends though.
No.
So that you shouldn't be judged by that.
Insecurity. It just, it gets in the head, and they're like, I don't know about this guy. He's a player. I'm like, wow. Because I do respond. If somebody comments, I respond. I don't care. It's rude. If you don't respond, it's rude.
Yeah.
Rude.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm being over friendly. I'm just responding. I'm being,
Mm-hmm.
damn. Like, I get judged for that too.
It's like you're around a lot of judgy people.
There's a lot of judgy people.
Feel sorry for you. So if you were to get to that phase of now trying to move away from the talking phase, how would you ask someone out on a date?
That's a good question. Because I'm pretty, I don't know, like, I feel like a lot of girls want something creative. Because I see a lot of them, complaining, like, don't just, invite me to movies and dinner.
You could take them archery.
Like I said, creative.
And that was fun.
That was fun.
You could take them to a paint and sip.
Uh,
Could drink and paint.
It's not really my thing. I mean, we tried it.
Oh no, we failed.
Like, exactly.
Wait, let's clarify. We tried painting together.
Yeah. We didn't go to a paint and sip.
No, we just tried painting.
It was
No.
yeah.
We just tried painting because it was during the
Let's do something.
panorama.
Yeah. During all that, with nothing to do out there in the world.
When everyone was under
Everything
lockdown,
was
we're
closed.
trying to paint.
Like, you don't drink, so it wasn't like,
I had ginger ale
it wasn't let's get
in a
drunk and
wine
paint.
glass.
I had wine. I was taking that shit literal. I need alcohol during this panorama.
No, but there are creative ways, and you have a lot of friends that are girls that you could always ask them, like, and you go to interesting places.
I do.
Yes, you do.
But it's not everybody's type. Not everybody's cup of tea.
But when you want someone that may enjoy that, like in the sense of like
That's another thing, man. I would love to. It's very difficult to meet people. I don't know how. I don't know how to get in that circle
What circle?
of people that want the same stuff I do.
But I feel like sometimes you don't know what you want until you try it. So basically, for example, like
And I'm not going on dating sites. That's for damn sure.
no, it's you will still have the same situation. But like for example, like you that thing that you did with the hammer and the throwing that you liked so much.
Axe.
Yeah.
Axe throwing.
You could take someone on a first date. She may, at the moment, may not be interested in it, but once she
starts
does
throwing
it,
that axe,
she may be like,
woo.
"Oh, I really like this." You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's the whole point of dating or going out on dates is to find what you and the person may actually have in common, and they may introduce you to stuff that you never thought about, and you're like, you know what? I never thought about this, but I like this now.
There's not a whole lot I haven't tried.
Even the act. So then you haven't found that one yet.
Right.
Yeah.
I've tried a lot of different things. I don't know. I haven't tried. Wait, did I try art show? Not technically. Not on a date. But I have tried an art show.
Because I feel like you go a lot of interesting places with your friends.
Oh, I do.
Like if you find
We're pretty interesting people, and we're all single.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying like when you find someone, you could go to
at least
those
one of them
places
can
with
be like,
them.
hey, at least I was married once, but loser's just as single as me now.
Because I feel like you guys are not going places that girls go.
Duh. We're guys.
Yeah, but if you want girls, you have to go places that girls go.
Where do girls go?
I don't know. I'm a hermit. I stay in my house.
Isn't that the obvious next question? Where do girls go? I feel like a lot of girls just stay home now. Especially after the panorama.
Maybe the ones that you're looking for end up staying home.
That's what I mean.
Because that's why I feel like the guys that I like.
And they got their
like,
circle to
stay
trust
home.
ones, and they ain't trying to meet anybody online. Very difficult world out there.
But it may be different this summer because I think most people are now wanting to go out.
That was my prediction for last year. Hopefully it's this year.
No, this year.
I hope so.
Yeah, this year.
I do.
Because I know I'm itching to go outside.
That says a lot. That really says a lot.
I like to stay in my house. But now I want to go to the Caribbean.
Oh, she just don't want to go outside.
I want to go on a beach in the Caribbean.
Well, the beach, yeah.
No, I don't
Oh,
like
yeah.
American beaches.
Oh,
I want to
wow.
go to the Caribbean.
I don't like American beaches.
No, I don't. They're different.
Okay, Miss Bougie.
Yes. So I'm thinking like a lot of people are going to be looking, to go out and stuff like that this summer. So you just have to maybe ask some of your girlfriends that do actually go outside. Like where do women go?
Nah, cause they about that life.
Oh.
I mean, they're fun.
But it's not where you
The
would
ones
wanna
that do
meet
go
yours.
out, yeah. It ain't exactly where I'm trying to meet Mrs. Right.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say that. It's a horrible term for 2022.
Oh, okay, then don't say it.
Because, like, you know how there's Mr. Right and there's Mr. Right now?
Mm-hmm.
No, it goes both ways.
Yeah, I'm sure it does.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you know where I did go on during the pandemic? I went on a picnic. That was nice.
Picnics.
By the water.
Picnics. Well, if New York could get that damn weather straight, have more than one nice day in a row and maybe a weekend with a nice day. That would be nice.
Yeah, I feel like, I don't know.
But, when you get your nice day on a freaking Tuesday and then the weekend is shite and rain and cold.
Then you do something indoors.
Yeah.
You always have to have a backup plan. Like if you're going outside, maybe that's the day. If it's raining, we go to an art show. Because, like, you want someone that have similar interests as you do, right? So I would say don't be afraid to take them to places that you would find that you find interesting, because you are an interesting person.
Oh, I have no doubt about that.
Mm-hmm.
Psychiatrists would love me. True story.
So I think it would be easier then to ask someone out on a date once you kind of know. And then you don't know, like the girl after the first date, if you guys like each other, she may suggest something.
Where are you, Miss Interesting? Where are you?
I don't know, like times like this, I wish I had like more girlfriends.
So do I. It's another thing we have in common.
So silly.
That's right. High five.
No, not like
Very
that.
nice.
You know, like to introduce
Giggity.
people, you know?
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of girls.
I wish I had more single dude friends that were not weird. Or, filled with red flags.
You don't need a red flag with a red flag. That's fire.
I'm telling you, man, if I knew some more dudes that were like, but it seems like all the guys I know that I would recommend are totally taken. I'm like, well, that's why they're taken.
That's why they're taken.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Like some first dates, like how I was asked was just normal. Like, the ones that I liked was like, are you free such and such day? Around this time, I would love to take you X place. Most guys.
Now that's another question. Like, do they prefer when they ask on the first date, like some very specific, detailed, planned thing?
And Uncle could speak for me. I like details, and because you know how I am, I want to know the day.
Yeah, but you're pretty open-minded. You're like, even I'll meet you in the middle.
Yeah, but I need to know the day and the time and where we're going, though.
That's cake.
Yeah, that's it.
It could still be a basic thing.
What do you mean?
Like, hey, want to meet up at Applebee's, hit this location. You're not super picky. You're not like, well, this ain't the French restaurant. This and that.
No, I would like to go somewhere other than Applebee's.
I just threw out at some random restaurant.
No, because I feel like the first date.
It could be Outback.
Yeah, the first date I feel is now for me. We need to get to know how you act in public.
No different than private.
Like what are your manners like? What can we actually have a face-to-face conversation that is not, because I feel like nowadays most of the talking is via text. So now can we actually have a conversation face-to-face with one another, and do I still like you?
Do you look the person in the eyes? I do. It's my secret weapon.
Yeah, I do. Like, not stare them down or anything, but I look at eyes because I feel like you could tell a lot about a person through their eyes. You tell if they're a warm person, they're not so warm or kind by looking at someone's eyes.
Or if there's ice running through the veins.
Or there's nothing behind it. I've met some people that it was just vacant.
Vacant?
Yeah.
Woo, serial killers. Good thing you got out of that one. I don't think a second date's happening. Sorry, buddy.
No, but I don't know. I think it's not as hard as it is. I think the hardest part is finding a place.
I'll get my cell phone. I'd rather you didn't know where I live.
No, but don't you think though? Like if you're asking someone out on a date, it's not that hard.
Hopefully that's not what she said.
I don't want video evidence of me abusing you. So I'll move on. But you know what I mean though. Like I don't think it's that difficult at all. Like I said, I honestly feel the difficult stage is the starting to talk. That's the difficult stage. Because at that moment you don't know if the person likes you or not to even start the talking.
I don't know. There's a lot of fakers.
But I feel like it all comes back to intention. What is your intention? If you're looking for something in general, then you're able to weed out the things that does not fit what you're looking for. And then you have conversations like, say, are you a person that, we need to talk every night? Because I feel like when you like a person, you're going to meet them halfway.
I just know if they're dry and like the extent of their conversation is WID, we're never reaching that point of asking out. It's not going to happen.
So then, do you normally just stop talking, or you just be nice and you continue?
It just stops.
Do you keep that person's
I
phone
eventually
number in
don't
your
even
phone,
answer.
or?
Most of the time, yes. I have to go through my phone and start deleting some numbers.
See, and this is why I don't believe in keeping numbers. Just a number.
Because if I do meet a Mrs. Right and she goes through them,
Like,
contacts,
who are these?
she's like,
How many?
who's this bitch? Who's this bitch?
How many Susans
Who's
do you
this
know?
bitch? Why is there 17 Jennifers? I'm like,
I don't know.
and if you are Jennifer, I know that I still speak to, don't take that personal.
No, but I feel like you have to get rid of things. And I really honestly feel like if you really like a person, it's not hard to ask them out. Because it doesn't have to be fancy. It's just like, like I said, are you available on such and such day? I will like us to go out. I think it's more simple than people make it out to be.
I think it's, maybe.
Because
that's
if you're looking,
I get too much in my head.
Yeah. Because if a girl is looking
I
for
read
you,
too much shit online with opinions of
No,
girls. Like, this is
no.
how it should be.
but that's not the type of
And then
girl.
it's like, racking my brain.
But that's not the type of girl that you're looking for. You're not looking for a girl that is expecting you to
like one of the
fly
happiest
her.
couples I know, they didn't even meet in person first or even a dating site or social media.
Mm-hmm.
It was online gaming.
You see? Maybe that's what it is when you start picking up your hobby of throwing
And
axes.
their first date, I witnessed the end of it. Not the beginning of it.
The end of the date.
Well, not the end. I don't even know how it ended. But
Oh.
well, actually, I do know how it ended. And nobody else was there for that. But that's not the point. The middle part, like, first date, came in and already introduced her to all his nearest and dearest friends.
Because he probably was gaming with her, so he was interacting.
I mean, they were talking
with her.
for a long period of time on
So
games.
it's like he already knew her and made up
when
his
they met,
mind.
Yeah, when they met,
Maybe that was solidifying it for him.
And couldn't take them apart.
Yeah, because it was like, but they actually got to know each other through that. So maybe it's like starting hobbies. But I feel like once you meet the person that you really like, it's not hard.
For them, it was like magic.
Mm-hmm. I think it could be like that for a lot of people.
I guess you just got to find them in the right format.
And I think that's where like hobbies come into play.
Hobbies. Is gaming a hobby?
Yeah, it is.
Subject for another episode.
I think it is.
It's not the kind of hobby I would have, but
Because you're not a gamer.
I do play video games though.
But that's not, you don't consider that like
I'm not a gamer.
Yeah.
It's not life.
Go throw some axes. You'll meet a girl that likes to throw axes. Like you go.
I mean that's a fun thing to do, but it's not really.
Oh, you don't like it like that?
It's not something that it's like, oh, I must do it. It's just.
How about
fun.
archery? Because you had like that.
That was fun, but
So maybe
again, it's not something like I must do. It's fun. It's an activity. It's a fun activity. It is a fun activity. I would do it.
So like you can meet a wonderful woman. Who
But it's
loves
not
it.
like, oh, I love art. It's like, oh, what's your name? And she's gonna be like, damn, I forgot the girl's name. I can't even complete the joke. Hunger Games.
Katniss.
Katniss. Yeah. I'm not gonna meet Katniss.
You never, because you imagine like you're setting yourself up, and it's like she comes up, oh no, put your arm like this, and sorry, put your arm like this or whatever, and she helps you, and then she sees you, and y'all start talking, and you find that she's
So I should forget my lessons and
single.
pretend like I don't know what I'm doing.
I mean, like if she's more experienced, she'll probably have more tips and everything to offer you. You know what I mean? Or like she sees you do something like, oh, there's a better way you could do this or what. You never know. Like it starts up. Like remember the people that we were with, we were talking to them. We all were like cheering them on and each other on and everything like that. It could happen like that where you find someone.
And that's another thing. Even if you go to places like that, you notice like the girls that were there, including you, all brought like guy friends with them.
No, they didn't
They
bring
were-
no guys. No, they did not. 3 of them were
Oh,
together.
you're talking about like they were like 50 years old. Them ones. They were in their 50s.
And then the other 2 were guys, and they had a friend, a mutual friend. Yeah.
Like I just said.
But no, because you could find someone.
Yeah, sure.
But maybe in
Even
the
a broken
advanced
clock is
class,
right twice a day.
in,
But like,
in the advanced class,
like
in the advanced class, you could find someone.
I'm just saying, like that not just that day in that situation, but like just about anywhere you go in any given situation, whether it's axe throwing or archery or a night out, like, and there was a good example that actually happened last Halloween where the girl just happened to like me and she told her friends they can leave.
Mm-hmm.
But most of the time, girls, which I'm not saying is a bad thing, it's pretty smart in today's world, bring like a group of friends with them
But even her, she's a red flag.
as a shield.
She was a red flag.
The one that told her friends they could leave.
Yes, because she could have just
Oh,
asked
she
you.
was. Oh,
She could have just asked you to exchange numbers, and then she was just into danger.
she did ask me to exchange numbers.
And then she could have
we
went
did.
home. And then she could have.
No, she stayed.
She put her butt home.
She said a lot of bad things.
I'm just saying she was.
I knew she
not.
wasn't the one. I'm just saying, like, I didn't even know her real color hair at that point. She was wearing a wig.
But I don't know. It's like
Thought she had blonde hair and she was dark haired, and I was like, that explains a lot. Because I'm more naturally attracted to dark hair.
oh, I'm like, huh?
So I didn't understand why I was finding this blonde attractive.
Okay. I gotcha. I don't know, but I guess the question that we will leave everyone with is like, say,
Give me some advice, yo.
like, number one, do you think dating is hard? Number two, how would
What's
you
the
act?
first step?
Yeah, like, when do you ask someone? In what phase of dating do you ask someone out on a date? And if it's hard to ask someone out,
Is that hard for you?
yeah. And how do you ask someone out?
Let me say that less naughty. Is it difficult for you?
Yeah, whatever he said. All right. Well, thank you once again for joining
Party on.
this episode of Where Are the Adults? And we do look forward to you coming back, looking at all the other videos that we have in our catalog, and we hope that you enjoy this episode and come back for the others.
Please do. Enjoy.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.